Netflix just announced that Scott Pilgrim is getting an anime. That's actually amazing. Of course, I'm sure everyone expected that if we got anything animated about Scott Pilgrim, it wouldn't have been an anime of all things, but hey, I can't even complain. First, I gotta say, as a Scott Pilgrim fan, this is a decade overdue. But hey, after we just got the games to get revived after being wiped off the face of the earth, I can't complain about getting more from that series. The anime is being made by the same studio responsible for Devilman Crybaby, Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken, I think I'm saying that right, and 2 episodes from the Star Wars Vision series, among other things. Now, keeping those in mind, it makes me wonder if the anime is going to stay true to the art style of the graphic novels or not. I remember we got an OVA around the same time that the movie first released, and yeah, we don't need more of that. Don't get me wrong, it's not even that I hated it, but looking back at the animation style they used, it feels really dated. Like, you can clearly tell that this was animated just to be a 3-minute short only, and it's totally fine for what it was. It kept true enough to the style, sure, but it was rough compared to what I wanted for a Scott Pilgrim series. But hey, here we are. Again, I never expected it to be an anime of all things, but imagining the things that could be done with an anime studio behind this project, it brings me very much hope. Actually, I'll be honest with you. On one hand, I am really excited to see what the true anime version of Scott Pilgrim would look like. But on the other hand, I look at the art from some of the graphic novel covers and the video game especially, and I wish it would be more just like that. And yeah, clearly that isn't the style that just screams that it's an anime, but it's become the unique style that I connect with the series instantly. That actually reminds me of the character creator that came out with the movie, and seeing all of my friends making their own Pilgrim Sona, I guess you could say. So yes, I think it's possible for them to make the anime in the style of the graphic novel for sure, because there's plenty of anime out there that don't have the stereotypical style, such as panty and stocking, for example. I had a hard time imagining that that wasn't something made by the creators of Powerpuff Girls when it first came out, and it's for good reason. Outside of the fact that it's completely raunchy as fuck, but hey, that's besides the point. But I'm just keeping in mind that anime doesn't always have to follow the cookie cutter designs that a majority of them have these days. But hey, more realistically, we probably will see a revamp of the art style to better match a more traditional anime. Of course, that's if you'd call the work from the studio traditional. Just looking at some of the work from Science Saru, I have high hopes that whatever this series ends up looking like, it's gonna be nothing short of beautiful. I haven't seen Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken just yet, but looking at the trailer for it, I can say for sure that this breaks free from the usual anime styles I mentioned before. The unique faces and the art styles used for the backgrounds show me enough of that for sure. And then Devilman Crybaby alone is just dripping with its own unique style. It uses a more pale color palette and line work that adds an extra layer of texture. I mean, yeah, they did take this anime from 1987 and pimped out the style to match a more modern day setting, but that only goes to prove that this studio can make something old and make it into gold. And then we have their 2 episodes from Star Wars Visions. The first, being Toby, already starts off looking different with this knockoff Dr. Light in Mega Man story. It keeps that anime feel while also dipping into some art styles that I think would be a perfect fit if they used them in a Scott Pilgrim anime. Including the final part where they, spoilers by the way, fight with lightsabers. I could totally see a fight being animated in the same exact way, but instead using the power of love. And then our final example, we have the second episode from Visions, Akakiri. Now this one falls more along the style of Devilman Crybaby, being more of a gritty story and a rough and detailed animation. This kind of style stands out really well, and there's also a part of me that at the very least wants to see this kind of style play out in flashbacks of some kind during the Scott Pilgrim anime. Seeing how Scott Pilgrim is a series of references and doesn't always take itself seriously, having that jarring switch of art styles in the anime might match up well. But hey, only time will tell what it'll look like. The most important part is hoping that it looks good at the very least, and like I said, I have very few doubts that it won't. The only question I'd have after that is the length of the series. I can't imagine that they'd make this into some series that lasts more than one season, although I wouldn't mind if they did. But imagining that each episode or two would focus on one of the evil exes, give a decent exposure and development for the characters, and move everything forward, I could see it maybe being about 24 episodes. Of course, they could always make it much shorter than that as well, but I have my fingers crossed for 24. And if they go by the graphic novels, that would be about 4 episodes per each book. It's not too bad for an anime, but I can't stress enough how much I'd love for it to be longer if possible. But overall, this is some great news for Brian Lee O'Malley in general. Dude keeps catching dubs left and right even a decade after the movie released, and it would be cool to see some of his other work get the same attention soon too. So that's about it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you are excited for the Scott Pilgrim anime, let me know your thoughts. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.